Hey everyone, if you are just starting your journey as a web developer, congratulations. It is an exciting field, but let's be real. It can also feel overwhelming, and trust me, we all make mistakes when we are learning. Today I am going to walk you through the 5 most common mistakes beginner web developers make and how you can avoid them. I have made these mistakes myself, so don't worry, you are not alone. Web development is like learning a new language. You will have your ups and downs, but avoiding these mistakes can save you a ton of time and frustration. Plus, I will share you some simple tips and examples to make everything super clear. And let's jump in. Alright, the first mistake, and this is a big one, is trying to learn everything at once. Like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, Node.js, MongoDB. The list never ends. It is easy to feel like you need to master everything overnight, but that's not how it works. I get it. You see job ads listing 10 plus skills and you panic. But here is the thing, even experienced developers don't know everything. It is better to focus on the basics first. Think of it like building a house. You start with the foundation, HTML and CSS, then you move to JavaScript, which is like the plumbing and electricity. Don't try to install frameworks before you even have walls. Here is what you should do. Number 1, start with HTML and CSS. Learn how to structure a web page and style it. Second, then move to JavaScript. Focus on things like DOM manipulation and event handling. Third, once you are comfortable, explore frameworks like React or Vue. Remember, you don't have to know everything to start building projects. Take it step by step. Avoid signing up for 10 courses at once. Instead, pick one course or tutorial and stick with it. Also, don't compare your progress to others. You are running your own race. Okay, mistake number 2 is a sneaky one, ignoring responsive design. This means your website looks great on a desktop but is a disaster on a phone or tablet. And let's be real, most people are browsing on their phones these days. When you are starting out, it is easy to focus only on how your site looks on your computer. But trust me, users will notice if your site doesn't work well on mobile. I once built a portfolio site that looked amazing on my laptop, and when I showed it to a friend on their phone, the text was squished and the buttons were impossible to click. To avoid this, learn about media queries. These let you adjust your site's layout based on the screen size. For example, you can make a navigation bar turn into a hamburger menu or smaller screens. Also, test your site on multiple devices. If you don't have a tablet or different phones, use browser developer tools to simulate various screen sizes. Don't wait until the end to make your site responsive. Build it with mobile first design in mind, meaning you design for smaller screens first and then scale up. Mistake number 3 is avoiding or rushing through debugging. Let's be honest, debugging can be frustrating, but if you don't learn how to debug properly, you will waste hours chasing your tail. When your code does not work, the first instinct is to Google the errors and copy paste random solutions until something works. I have been there. It feels quick, but it does not actually teach you anything. Here is what works. First, read the error message. It usually tells you what's wrong and where. Second, use console.log to check what is happening in your code. Third, break your code into smaller pieces and test each part. Imagine your button is not working. Instead of rewriting the whole function, add a console.log inside it to see if it is even being called. Use browser developer tools for debugging CSS and JavaScript. And if you are using VS Code, learn to set breakpoints. It's a game changer. Mistake number 4. is relying too much on frameworks like Bootstrap or Tailwind without understanding the basics of CSS and JavaScript. These tools are awesome, but they are meant to make your life easier, not do all the work for you. If you don't understand the fundamentals, you will struggle to customize anything. You will be stuck googling how to make small changes, which can be super frustrating. I once used Bootstrap for a project, but I could not figure out how to tweak the spacing. Turns out I don't know how the grid system worked. That's when I realized I needed to learn CSS properly. Spend time learning vanilla CSS and JavaScript before diving into frameworks. Once you understand the basics, you will use frameworks more effectively and confidently. The last mistake is spending all your time watching tutorials and not building actual projects. Tutorials are great, but if you don't practice, you won't really learn. It is easy to get stuck in tutorial hell because it feels productive. But the real learning happens when you apply what you have learned. I remember watching a full JavaScript course and feeling confident. But when I tried building to do app, I could not even get started. That's when I realized I needed more hands-on practice. Start small, build a portfolio site, a to-do app, or a simple blog. These projects will help you solidify your skills and give you something to show potential employers. So there you have it, the 5 mistakes beginner web developers make and how to avoid them. Focus on the basics, keep things responsive, debug effectively, use frameworks wisely, and most importantly, build projects. Which mistake have you made before, or which tip did you find most helpful? Let me know in the comments. And if you are ready to start building your first project, check out my other videos for step-by-step tutorials. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.